You knew they would only fly in formation. As 2023 became 2024, the conditions of the oaths of allegiance became clear. Remember, these are two alleged rivals soaked in blood of lamb who challenged former president during Republican presidential primary. And they have abandoned an incredibly rich body dissenting research, let alone a commitment to rule of law and the continued existence American Republic. It would be one thing if these two didn't know how to run against the former president. But it's another thing entirely to realize that they don't want to. So Chris Christie is alone on the island, telling his favorite volleyball player how corrupt and utterly despicable the leader of his party is. Meanwhile, the best strategy Nikki Haley can come up with is to ard me with TV commercials during bowl games, showing that the president and former president are actually old. DeSantis, on the other hand, resorted to another performance by bad historical analogy theater. Nixon's pardon was largely unpopular at the time, despite a significant and vocal segment of the Republican Party that was largely asymptomatic, newly gripped by prion disease. As Gallup points out, the amnesty did not reach 50% approval until 1986, completely dooming Ford's efforts to get elected for his term in 1976. Ford paid a heavy price for his public pardon. In the same early September poll in which Gallup found Americans opposed to pardons, his approval rating fell from 71 to 66 by the end of his first week as president in mid-August 1974. It fell to 50 by the end of the same month and fell further from there, reaching 37 in January and March 1975. Although he recovered somewhat the following year, it was not enough to support Ford's bid for re-election, which he narrowly lost to Jimmy Carter in 1976. It happened faster this time, because development and production of ridiculous excuses has accelerated in new media age, and also because Republican Party is now in mortal throes of same prion disease. This exhausted almost all the higher intellectual functions of the party. Republicans are showing greater loyalty to the former president as he campaigns for re-election and fights criminal charges for his attempt to stay in power after losing in 2020. Participants are now less likely believe that January 6 was mostly violent. They believe Trump took responsibility for the attack and are slightly less likely to see Joe Biden's election as legitimate, according to the December 2021 Post-UMD poll. In follow-up interviews, some said their views had changed because they now believed the riot was incited by law enforcement to suppress political dissent. This is a baseless conspiracy theory that has been heavily promoted in right-wing media and in Trump's speeches and speeches. His legal battle against the 4-count federal indictment he faces in D.C. worse. In long-view history, Nixon Pardon was a pivotal moment in process when government decided that presidential Cr.